I want to try and explain some of the basic rules of the road. There's just not enough knowledge out there, you guys. There's just not enough knowledge. So we have a lot of different situations that we run into in New England grassroots. And I've been working with cannabis for 45 years, professionally for over 40. Went up to San Francisco in 1976 when I was a very young man, and I've been working on this day and night ever since. So we have a lot of different cases that we deal with, and every one of them is different. But there are some things that are stable throughout, and that is I need organic, clean, very good cannabis. And I need to know that it's clean and very potent. So when somebody comes to me and they tell me they have a brain tumor, I don't start looking for CBD. A lot of people think they want to start looking for CBD. CBD does not help in that respect, okay? You need to have a 97 to 98% THC level in your oil. Most people are never getting near that. The oil you buy on the street isn't cooked properly or down, concentrated enough to even come close to those levels. Most people are buying oil that is no good. They're being tricked. They're not helping their situation one bit. So much crap. When it comes down to a black tar, and you're buying a black tar from a stranger, and you're trying to save someone's life, that's difficult. And we have no regulations, and new market where people are taking advantage. So, first things I think we can do is to get some rules of the road down. And some of those things are, when you meet an oil maker, first of all, why are we doing oil? You have to have a good reason for me. It can't just be, I have a back injury, which may require oil, but have you tried any form of edibles yet? Have you tried a tincture? Why are we going the nuclear option before we've worked on anything else? So there are many steps before we get to oil, unless you come to me like in Aaron's situation, where we were really put under pressure. Okay, so this is Aaron Matthew and his mom Holly. And they came in to me along with the dad Joel right here. How long, 6 months ago? With the diagnosis of, would you mind? Microphone. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'll yell out. We got a big crowd outside trying to listen. Would you mind, Holly, just give him the diagnosis? I won't pick on you and make you talk. Don't worry.
Grade 4 glioblastoma.
When did we start?
We started in September.
Right. At 18 months old, Aaron had his first situation. So he's been dealing with this situation since he was 18 months old. So, would you mind just, did he have surgeries right away and then chemo?
He's had several surgeries. It was like this last, quite a few years with nothing.
Right.
And then this came up last September 2014. So by December, he had surgery, chemo, radiation, and by the following September, the tumor started to grow. So came to you.
Right. Well, actually,
2 weeks later.
Yeah. Because the information isn't really out there. You went to Can't Care Docs, found Jamie Joplin, Honey Droplets, who directed her to us. And she actually had to say to you, go to New England Grassroots Institute, they do dances. And she was like, my son is very ill, what the heck do I want to go to a dance for? And she was trying to tell her, if you come see us, we will deal with you no matter what the law is. All right? I don't care what state you're in, and I don't care how many states. We are on the front lines, and it's just ridiculous to me that we can't get this knowledge out there. So when Holly came to me, she slid a bottle of the Realm of Caring's CBD only across from me, and she said she'd just become a member and went through all the paperwork to become in the federal program for the Realm of Caring and got Charlotte's Web, right from Colorado. $300 for that bottle, Joel? She slid it across the table to me, and she said, we've been waiting 6 months for this oil, Mike. and I've been doing some research in between, and I don't even think I need CBD for Aaron. From reading, I think I need THC. And, immediately I'm like, exactly. The CBD isn't going to do anything in this particular situation, especially hemp CBD, which we feel has virtually no ability to do a lot of the things that we do with psychoactive product. And I'll get into that later. A lot of people can't do oil because of the psychoactivity. You get too high, right? Anyone know about different ways to do oil where you don't have that situation? I have to talk to people all day about doing oil either anally or vaginally. Okay? I can give you a gram of oil, put it in the right positioning in a suppository for you, have you roll over on your right-hand side for 20 minutes. You'll get every bit of the benefit without the high and go to work and shrink your tumor. I don't want to hear, I want the oil, but I don't want to get high. That's just, I don't know how to make oil shrink tumors and not have that high, but I can try and teach you to eliminate it for yourselves through many different techniques. And this is what I'm talking about when it comes to information. So Holly and Aaron and Joel found themselves at Tufts University where they gave Aaron an experimental medicine. The experimental medicine grew his tumor very rapidly. So when he came to me, he said, the experimental medicine, why won't they let me use cannabis? If they're using medicines, they don't even know what the heck it's going to do. We've been looking at this for 5,000 years. We know the side effects are nil. Yet I'm considered a more dangerous approach than we don't know what this is. It grew his tumor. So while we're waiting for the realm of caring, while we're waiting for everything, this poor gentleman is not having a good time. So we took him right in and we slammed him with oil. I make oil at 97%. You have to make oil with indica, not sativa. It has to be organic, and you don't have to know how to cook it down properly. You have to know your extraction methods. You have to know these things. We got him up to a gram and then a gram and a half rapidly. We had no time, and it was like the Hail Mary pass for us. None of us slept the night before his MRI. And we were actually driving, and I got the call from Holly, and she said, oh my God, and the whole car they were on speakerphone, and the car was loud, and they got their first good news.
Not on.
Yep. In an awful long time. The nurse came in smiling, and they said that we had achieved a reduction. But not just a reduction. This is 30 days after we started? 60. 6 weeks. Okay, 6 weeks. We had 42 days. Awesome. They called it a 55% reduction in that time.
Yeah! Grassroots!
More importantly, he feels good.
Yeah!
He's not getting up. He's having them problems from that chemo and all the radiation. All that stuff is, and I'm not saying don't do chemo or radiation.
Nope.
I'm saying look at everything. If you have a fast-acting something and they need to get in there, I'm not going to stand here and go, oh my God, use a natural. I'm going to say use a natural, and what are they offering? I'm not an or, if or. It's not a, it has to be one way. There are multiple ways to do this and work with our doctors and get success. They're starting to listen to us. It's so hard to talk to doctors. They don't want to hear from an old deadhead. They just, you know what I mean? They just don't want to hear from them. Although I've been working hand in hand with doctors for a long time. The doctor on my staff is actually a police officer, drug recognition expert, who trains all the other doctors on the police force in Massachusetts.
And New Jersey.
Right from me.
Nice PowerPoint you did for him.
Woohoo! So, cannabis oil in general can be used to treat and do many, many things. But we have to understand it a little bit further. Making oil should not be done unless you know exactly what you're doing and who you're treating. I don't make an oil for nobody. I need an individual, and then I get my cannabinoid profile. I look at my different strains. I can match them together. I have a catatonic. I have a shark high CBD. Now I can take that and I can mix that in with my really high level Kushes and blend my own high CBD with a lower THC level. You are going to get high unless you use your techniques to try and slow that down. There are many techniques. And I have so many people come at me and they say, I just can't get high, Mike. And I say, well, there are ways to combat that, but you can't start like that with me. We're trying to save your life. Would you ever say to any other person, would you go to your doctor and say, yeah, I'll take anything as long as I don't get affected by it? Everything they give you gets you high. Yet when it comes to cannabis, they want to say to us, oh, use cannabis to get you high. What the hell do Percocets do? What's morphine?
How about that OxyContin?
Oh, you can't. Right. So we have folks who are getting wrong information out there. We need better information. So in New England Grassroots, we have been offering free classes to anybody who is ill, anybody with a debilitating situation. We take you in for free. We counsel people privately. We do all this stuff through our community of people. Right? Grassroots.
Grassroots!
Every one of us. When I'm busy, Joe over here.
Yeah!
Meeting Holly.
Right.
Right? Paul, wherever he is, he's
These
doing tons of stuff.
Yeah.
Give us all day,
Oh!
everywhere. We are a group, we're a club. You come to us, we will give you the finest direction we can on your illness. I have so many IBS, so many different situations of people that we don't have to start with oil. I start with some of our own product that probably could do the job if you know about cannabinoid profiles, if you work long enough with people, if you understand these things. We can probably get you under control with many things without even getting to the oil. So, I think too many people are making oil and they're just passing it out because they think that's the best thing in the world that they can do and they're trying to help people. And I understand that. When I met Jessica is the mother of Nora.
Yeah! Woo!
Nora is also my patient. She's 11 years old.
Just turned 11.
She's turned 11. And she has Batten's disease. Okay, so at 4 years old, epilepsy, blindness. It's a terminal situation. Sorry. That's the fight that this woman is fighting. So she has to go into the hospitals and try and get information, try and get her daughter a recommendation. She's gone to Washington, she's fought everywhere. So when she came to us, she handed me Nora's medicine, and I could see from, and I don't see well from working under the lights for 40 years, I could see it was the wrong color, and it was being called oil, and I looked at it, and I'm like, this isn't even oil. I tasted it, it was a weak glycerin tincture. Being told it was an oil, they weren't charging her much, it wasn't a rip-off, it was somebody trying to do the right thing, but had no clue. So I took over. Nora has become verbal. She started speaking.
Yeah!
She can raise her hands. It's about getting the right medicine, not just throwing shit at the wall and seeing if it sticks. You know what I mean? So our philosophy is, you come to us, we do a complete diagnosis of you. I have a doctor who's a police officer. He's a 73-year-old man who believes in this with his whole heart. And he looks at you. We decide, if we can do anything for you. And we don't say, go out and make oil. We give you a little sample of something and see if that works. Why would I want a patient out there trying to make their own medicine, grow their own stuff? We want you to grow eventually, but I want to find out what you need, then show you the strain, then show you how to grow that strain, so that you're not wasting your time. People that are ill don't have this time. We can't afford to be waiting around. We need to shortcut this with education. So we're going to be, once again, having monthly support groups, oil support groups. It's going to be in Randolph, not too far from here. I was born in Randolph.
Yeah.
Woo! Right across the street from where I sold my first bag in 1970.
Yeah! Good job. There you go.
So we offer everybody into this for free. All right? I will show you weekly how to use different methods to do oil. I want to explain a couple of things quickly. And when I say people shouldn't be just passing out oil unless they know their patient, how many people know that there are 4 types of breast cancer? 2 of them are ER, estrogen-based. If you give an estrogen-based cancer patient a high THC oil, it will grow the tumor fast.
It's estrogen-based, high THC will grow it rapidly. I can't tell you how many people have come to me and said, I've had breast cancer and that oil did shit for me. And I have to say, where did you get it? What was it? And they generally have no clue what was in it. They just know it was oil. Okay? 2 types of estrogen-based breast cancers. I need to go to a 3-to-1 CBD to THC ratio on those particular situations.